that Alex Trebek could be so rough? Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 most savage Alex Trebek moments.
What is Phnom Penh?
No, what is New Delhi? New Delhi. Yeah, it hurts to miss that one.
Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we're looking at the times Jeopardy host Alex Trebek made a sarcastic, teasing, or just straight up rude comment or joke towards the contestants. Number 10. Utah and Hose. Apparently, Alex doesn't think too much of Utah. After reading a clue about long-handled gardening tools and immoral pleasure seekers, the famous Jeopardy champion Ken Jennings gleefully answers, "What is a hoe?"
Ken.
What's a hoe?
No. Whoa! Whoa!
And may we just say, that is a gloriously mischievous smile the contestant has on his face while saying it. And the best part is, he isn't too far off. Once the audience laughs, Alex makes a snide remark about Jennings learning that in his Utah school.
They teach you that in school in Utah, huh, Al?
What's a rake?
A rake is right.
It's a pretty lame joke, but then again, they aren't paying Trebek to make the audience laugh. Number 9. Alex gives a history lesson.
I stayed in the chapel where Anne Boleyn actually got beheaded. Or she's buried, her head is buried.
Alex seems to fancy himself a history professor. In this blooper from the contestant meeting segment, Alex talks to a woman who tells a story of staying overnight in the Tower of London. However, she makes an innocent mistake in saying that she stayed in the chapel, quote, where Anne Boleyn actually got beheaded.
Get your story right. She was beheaded outside.
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
Alex then stares at her and rudely says, "Get your story right," before telling her that Boleyn was beheaded outside. We understand Alex wanting to correct a contestant. This is Jeopardy after all. But did he have to do it in such a condescending manner?
Let's start this again.
Number 8. An experienced contestant. There's nothing like a good sex joke on Jeopardy. After giving a clue with the correct answer, what is a love triangle, a contestant rings in and incorrectly answers, what is a threesome?
Kara.
What is a threesome?
No.
Once the audience is done laughing at her gaffe and another contestant gives the correct answer, Alex turns to the camera and tells the audience that Kara has had much more experience than he.
Kara has obviously had much more experience than I.
We're sure this joke was made in good fun, but then again, we're also pretty sure that Trebek just made massive assumptions about Kara's choice of bedroom activities.
Well, you have met our threesome for this second semi-final match.
Number 7. Looking solid to me. If Alex isn't condescendingly correcting contestants, he's sarcastically commenting on their performance.
All right, Jared, we come to you. You had $1. Looking solid to me.
In this episode of Jeopardy, the contestants entered Final Jeopardy with $1, $11,100, and $8,800. Upon going to the defending champion who had $1, Alex sarcastically said, "You had $1. Looking solid to me," before getting to the hilarious answer.
Keybert Zilla, which is Alex Trebek backwards.
I heard that sends you back to another dimension.
Sends me back where?
Another dimension.
Hey, when you know you're screwed anyway, why not have some fun?
And yes, I will go back to another dimension as soon as we deal with the other players. You have no money left.
We admit it's a pretty funny joke, but it also comes across as a little rude. The guy is trying his best. There's no need to make fun of him. Number 6. No. There's nothing like laughing directly in a contestant's face to make them feel good about themselves.
Daria?
What is rotunderer?
No.
After giving the painfully brief clue, more rubicund, a contestant by the name of Daria gave the admittedly funny response, quote, "What is rotunderer?" Alex apparently thought this was pretty funny, because he proceeded to have a hearty laugh before concisely saying no and wiping the smile off Daria's face.
Going for color, not size.
We don't know what's funnier, the long and drawn-out laugh or the hilariously succinct no. Either way, this is a savage Trebek moment for the ages. Number 5. The time he called a budding journalist a groupie. No, not all rock journalists are groupies. While talking to a college student named Lindsay, Alex learns that Lindsay wanted to become a journalist after watching Almost Famous, a movie about a teenage journalist who writes for Rolling Stone.
You want to be a groupie, in other words.
After correctly telling her that William Miller followed a rock band, Alex rudely says, quote, "So you want to be a groupie, in other words." After Lindsay defends herself and tells Alex that she finds music interesting, Alex confidently turns to the camera and says to the audience,
She wants to be a groupie.
or maybe she just wants to be a journalist. Number 4. Alex makes fun of the group for not knowing football.
Dallas Cowboys.
This one is admittedly pretty funny, but sure enough, Alex can't help himself from making some snide remarks. The category was Talkin' Football, and the contestants didn't answer a single clue.
I can tell you guys are big football fans.
Right after the very first clue, Alex sarcastically says that he can tell they're big football fans, and it only gets better from there.
Do you think we should go to commercial?
After the second clue, he asks if they should go to a commercial, and he says they should look at the final clue, quote, just for the fun of it. Afterwards, he tells the contestants he will die if they get the final clue correct.
If you guys ring in and get this one, I will die.
These people clearly don't know football, and Alex will not let them forget it. Number 3. Laughing at a contestant's dead pet. Most of the entries on this list can be attributed to a harmless joke told poorly. This one is just straight up impolite. While meeting the contestants, Alex learns that Laura had a pet goat in college that died after eating a bag of concrete mix.
Wait a minute. Was it a 60-pound or an 80-pound bag? Because
Alex, you're being insensitive.
Alex then jokingly asks if it was a 60-pound bag or an 80-pound bag, and Laura calls him insensitive. Alex then leans against the lectern and has a good laugh at himself before admitting that he was.
you're right.
If you didn't think so before, this video is absolute proof that Alex Trebek gives 0 words that begin with F. Number 2. Calling a contestant a weirdo. Alex isn't afraid to get personal. During the meeting segment, Alex talks to a contestant named Elspeth Green, a graduate student who once trained a goldfish.
We trained the goldfish to swim through a hoop.
Elspeth tells the story of training her goldfish to swim through a hoop, which included buying a training kit online and dispensing food near the hoop so the fish would swim through it. While she's telling the story, Alex looks down in disappointment before turning to the camera and telling the audience that they get some weirdos on Jeopardy.
He learns. He probably forgets.
Not only do we get smart people as contestants on Jeopardy, we get some weirdos.
Luckily, Elspeth laughs, so she clearly didn't take offense. Besides, goldfish training is totes rad. Number 1. Losers, in other words. A lot of people may defend Alex's quips, but people certainly took offense to this one. Alex talks to a contestant who's into nerdcore hip-hop.
People who identify as nerdy, rapping about the things they love.
She explains that the genre covers topics like video games, science fiction, and having a hard time meeting romantic partners.
Losers, in other words.
Well, I think...
Alex then says, quote, losers, in other words. And you can literally hear the audience sigh in disappointment. This was so notorious that many mainstream media outlets, including Variety, The New York Post, and Entertainment Weekly, picked up on the story and plastered the headline on their websites. And it clearly struck a nerve for a lot of people.
She ended up winning the game with $22,000.
Oh, take that, Alex T.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo and subscribe for new videos every day.